everyone, I'm Sam.
And I'm Kaitlyn.
And this is Team Get Ovary It.
We're an all-female team participating in the greatest motoring adventure on the planet,
the Mongol Rally.
We'll be driving 10,000 miles across mountains, deserts, and unknown terrain.
And along the way, we hope to spread our feminist and environmental ideals.
Join us here as we share our stories, thoughts, and interviews as we get ready for the Mongol Rally 2021.
Hey everyone.
Hello.
Welcome back to another episode of the podcast. We have a very special guest here with us today, though I guess we can't really call her a guest because she's so much more than that.
That's right. And we have some very exciting news for everyone. We have a new team member. Yeah, new isn't exactly the correct word to use, though. She's been there since the inception of this harebrained scheme, but it's only become possible for her to join us since COVID. So, like, silver lining, I guess?
I'd say so. And so, without further ado, let's introduce Get Ovary It's newest / original member, Mo.
Hey, everyone. Woo! Glad to be here. I'm so excited to be on you guys' podcast. But yeah, so I'm super excited to be here. My name is Maureen, but everybody usually calls me Mo, especially those who are super close to me or hiking buds. I'm currently...
us.
Yeah, no, I don't. So I am currently living in Illinois in the United States of America, so kind of central-ish of this country. So that's fun for me, I guess. Not really. I miss the mountains. So some of my hobbies are I really enjoy crocheting and reading and watching movies, listening to podcasts right now. I'm currently into this super funny D&D podcast, which is fine. Maybe I'll mention it later on. And I also really enjoy doing outdoorsy things like hiking, biking, rock climbing. I also enjoy going kayaking and swimming. And unfortunately, I can't do any of those things except for biking in Illinois because it is so flat. So unfortunate for me, but I still enjoy everything.
Nice terrain, though. Good terrain for the sport.
Yeah. No, it's really gentle biking, and occasionally you come across this incline where you're like, why is this getting harder all of a sudden? I don't know what's going on. Then you get to the top of the hill and you're like, oh, I went up a hill. All right, cool. But it's like very gradual, so you generally don't notice it until you're almost at the end anyways, and you're just like, oh, that's why. Got it.
That's my type of hill, if I'm being honest.
Well, it's my favorite type of hill when it comes to biking, but like for hiking, I'm just like, I want that steep hill that has lots of stairs. No, I'm just kidding. I totally don't. I want the switchbacks.
It's good for your butt.
It is good for my butt, but I want the switchbacks because it makes it easier to go up the hill.
Well, I guess let's tell everyone how we know each other.
Yeah.
So Kaitlyn and I met Mo during our first year in Korea, which was 2017, I think.
Yeah,
I think
that's about right.
And so I met Mo the first trip. I don't know if you remember this, Mo, the Jirisan trip.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, this was my first hiking trip in Korea, and Mo was there to hold my hand and to guide me through the process of hiking a mountain in Korea.
It was really funny. We at some point, like halfway through this trip, we were just like deliriously talking about nonsense, and we're just like, we should start a podcast where it's just like Sam's thoughts while hiking, and it was just very funny.
Well, I think it was like, it wasn't so much we should start a podcast. It was there should be a cameraman that follows us around and are half asleep. Because, okay, like, mind you, we had started the hike at 3 a.m. So we're on like no sleep. And we were like, there should be a cameraman that just like follows us around. Like, this should be the reality show of the year. Like, who needs to keep up with the Kardashians when you can keep up with Mo and Sam and their delirious ramblings on a mountain
at like noon.
Yeah, like, unfortunately didn't take off. No one has yet produced said show, but
it was a very entertaining conversation nonetheless.
And I'm sure you guys have told me before that this is how you met, but I'm just sitting here shocked that your first hike in Korea was Jirisan, because in my opinion, Jirisan is like the hardest mountain in Korea.
Well, it wasn't my first hike ever, or my first hike in Korea. I did a different hike with Warren before that, like back in May. But this was the first hike that me and Sam did together where we met.
Yes.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
But still,
dude,
that's a tough one.
In that first year, I did I did the 4 tallest mainland mountains in South Korea, back to back to back, week to week. Like 4 weeks in a row, I did the 4 tallest peaks. And I was just like, okay, I'm dead. Thanks, Warren. Bye.
That was the thing. I don't know if you remember, Mo, we did 3 hikes back to back. So we did Jirisan, and then the next weekend was Achimgari, where Kaitlyn joined us.
Yep.
And then the weekend after that was Soraksan.
Yep.
Holy crap.
Yep. And then we did, and then after Soraksan, I think it was either after Soraksan or there was like a break for a little bit, and then after that, Warren had those 4 tallest peaks like back to back to back, where it was like Dogyu-san, Juri-san, Soraksan, and then the other one that I can't remember. But it was fun. My legs hated me for like a month and a half after that, but it was fun.
Kudos, because that's wow. That's a lot. All right.
Yeah.
And then I guess me. So I met Mo next. So like we mentioned before, it was my first soul hiking trip ever. And we also mentioned it in our hiking adventure episode. But yeah, Mo and I met in Achimgari. And at the end of the hike, we actually ended up like saving a child together. And so from then on, our friendship was sealed. Do you remember that?
Yeah, no, I remember saving the kid because we were foraging across the river. We're just like, looking for like the flattest, easiest, widest stretch of river to cross over, because then the current wasn't going to be as fast. And the family was following behind us, and the kid just kind of got his feet swept out from underneath of him, kind of started floating down the river. We're like, oh shit.
Yeah, because we did this river trekking trip after torrential rains, and so the river was like
really
flowing really quickly, and there was like a lot of water. I had to pee really badly, and so I was just like,
in the water?
I should have. I don't know why I didn't do that, but anyway, but I was just like, on the other side of this river were the bathrooms, and I was just like gung ho, I'm gonna get to those bathrooms. So Mo and I we're both like pretty strong people, so we were just like, let's go across the water. Like, I don't care how strong it is, but yeah. And then so this one guy saw us just like trekking across the water, and he was just like, yo, you guys, and we were like, what? And he gave us this rope, and then we just had to basically stand there while like
holding the rope,
person after person, like use the rope to get across safely. And like you were saying, a child was trying to cross, and then they they slipped, and they almost got swept away, except for the rope. So it was kind of,
unfortunately, all of the rocks in South Korea, especially in the rivers, are super slick, like zero traction slick. And I was so annoyed at the end of that hike because, like, oh my god, the dude in the flip-flops just kept slowing us down. I'm like, come on, man. Seriously? You couldn't have picked better footwear? Like, ugh.
I think he was Australian.
Yeah. I mean, kudos to him for going in flip-flops and river trekking. But, like, at the same time, like, that trip should have only taken 4 hours. And it was like a 6-hour hike instead of a 4-hour hike, which it should have been.
Needless to say, we were so stoked when Mo said she could join us. It's really great having her on the team, and really looking forward to doing the Mongol Rally with her.
Right. So she's like the order to our chaos. She'll definitely keep us from getting too lost or killed. Plus, she's the only one of us that knows how to drive stick.
A very important skill on the Mongol Rally. This is
very true, yes. And I am really super excited too. Like, though it's not going to be for a while yet, I'm so excited to be on this trip with you guys, and I just can't wait.
And that's the perfect segue, because we have even more important news that we would like to share with you, though you might have probably guessed it already based on the continued state of the world at the moment.
Yeah, I thought I was going to be more upset about this than I am, but kind of like with everything, I'm just kind of resigned to the fact at this point. You feel me?
Yeah, I feel that. And it's not all bad. Like, look on the bright side. The suspense will only make the eventual payoff so much sweeter when we get to view everything that there is out there in the world.
Exactly. And so what we're all trying to build up to is the rally's been postponed again. Although this time, at least at the time we're recording this episode, the rally hasn't officially been canceled yet.
Yeah, so we talked about it. Yeah, we talked about it, and we don't want to do the rally if only the northern route is open. So the guys at the Adventurous, they're keeping an eye on it, and so far at this point, yeah, it's not officially canceled. Unlike last year, they canceled it pretty early. It's possible it might actually go on, but we want to experience it all. So we've decided to wait and see if things will open up in 2022.
Yeah, which means one more year for podcasts, blogs, posts, and other shenanigans, I hope.
Yeah, definitely. Fingers crossed that we'll be back in business for 2022. In the meantime, let's fill our listeners in on what we've been up to, where we are, and what we'll be doing from now until July 2022.
It's a lot of twos.
So many twos.
Try getting somebody to sign all those twos.
So I am still in California. I've been here basically since our last Where Are We episode about a year ago, was it? No. Yes?
Yes.
Yes?
Based on what I was listening to, yes.
Okay.
Hey man, I had to get caught up on what all you were talking about, so.
Yeah, before we pressed record, we were just saying how like this entire year has just basically been everything on pause. So you could probably go back and listen to my update and it would be very similar. I'm at home. I am in the process of waiting to hear back from grad schools, which is a fun process for anyone that has applied. And yeah, I'm still working from home. I have spent the past 48 hours seriously trying to figure out how I could finance one of those like sleeper vans that are like the new popular thing to do, just so that I could like drive around the country.
Get out of your house.
Yeah, so who knows? Maybe at some point in the future we'll be recording an episode and I'll be in a sleeper van, or more likely I'll be in like a small car that I've tried to convert into a sleeper van. But yeah, that's me. I'm still doing, I guess, my thing. I don't know. I'm like rambling at this point. Kaitlyn, where are you? What are you doing? Tell the world so the paparazzi can find you.
Yes.
Oh, but
the paparazzi,
so I'm still in
paparazzi wants to know. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm too popular. Not true, but anyway, I'm still in South Korea. I'm still in Gangnam. I'm still teaching English. I just sort of through a proxy, through my head teacher. I renegotiated my contract, so I'm going to be at the same place for another year. Got a little bit of a bump in my pay raise, which I was surprised about. But I'm still not making as much money as I did 2 years ago. But that's okay. That's okay. Yeah, so this year, I think what I'm going to just try to do is I'm going to try to I guess focus on working, focus on hiking, focus on my fitness. I joined a climbing gym, so I'm trying to get decent at climbing again. But my gym, they just updated one of the walls and it's so challenging.
Is it a lot of jumps and dynamic?
Yeah, it's
stuff?
a lot of dynamic moves. Yeah, even the stuff that's like the lower level stuff, they added like jumping and stuff into it, and I'm like, but
well,
I mean
at
it's
least
good.
With the lower level stuff, you can at least practice. Like, okay, let's do a baby jump.
True. Yeah, true. I mean, it's not as hard as like some of the other ones, and I need to get over my fear of like launching myself into the wall.
Yeah, just get over it.
Get over.
Oh, that was so perfect.
I'm sorry, I couldn't help myself.
No, it's good.
This is why Mo is an invaluable addition to the team.
My occasional good puns, which don't happen often.
But hopefully when they do, we will catch them on camera.
Oh, let's hope. I've gotten punnier as I've listened to this podcast.
Oh, good. Oh, good. Nice. What else am I doing? Yeah, that's pretty much it. So this year I'm hoping, we have a lot of coronavirus cases right now, but I'm just hoping to get out more, do some more exercising, do some more writing, do some more blog posts, do some more recording with you guys. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Bide my time until July 2022.
where I am in the world and everything is, like I mentioned in the beginning, I'm in Illinois, which is a fun little challenge for me because I really miss going hiking and being on mountains and all that. But I have found other things to do, like biking, and my brother has introduced me to the world of weightlifting again. So that's a
Cool.
fun way to build up muscle and exercise. So I'm looking forward to doing that. I've done that for 4 days this last week, and I only wanted to cry one day.
That's good.
Yeah, so right now I'm working as a notary, and so that's been a fun way for me to get out and, visit people, not be trapped in the house. So I've been able to see a fair amount of the state of Illinois driving around. And I'm also trying to get started with a new company that just launched. It's called You're Worth It. And so I'm, doing stuff to promote that and to get started doing all that fun stuff. But I'm not going to do that here on this website or on the podcast, because this is for your Get Over It, not You're Worth It. So I'm just going to focus on one thing at a time. Yeah, so that's where I've been and what I've been up to. And for a while there, I was also teaching crochet classes online, which was super fun. And then I got burnt out, and my student got burnt out. So we're just like, okay, we're going to take a break now.
And you're also gardening too, right?
Oh yeah, no, I totally am. So this year for our garden, we're going to try and do more of a vertical garden. So we read a couple of books, and we're currently in the prepping stage for our soil, because Illinois, or at least the area that we're in, is super clayey. So like the ground is really hard. And last year we grew carrots, and they only ever got like an inch long. They were really thick around, but they're only an inch long because they didn't get very deep in the soil because the clay was too compact. But yeah, so we're working on softening that up so we can have better produce this year, and we're also having a larger variety. And I meant to take pictures and show you guys, but my seedlings for the tomatoes and peppers and some of the other vining plants that need to get a little head start before they go into the ground are doing amazing, and they're all super tall right now. They're like about 1.5 inches tall. So I'm super excited to show pictures of that. So I'll have to take pictures and send them to you guys.
And then we'll post them to share to the world.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do share them, because I am super excited about my garden and very proud of it.
Well, here's the thing, Mo. My family is also starting a garden this year. So we should do an entire episode just discussing gardening techniques.
Yeah, I'm down for it.
Because I think that really fits well in our niche.
Yeah, especially if you're trying to be environmentally friendly, growing your own vegetables.
Actually,
cuts down on everything.
True. Yeah.
Because then you're not wasting money on purchasing fruit and vegetables, or vegetables in this case, that have been sitting in the grocery store, warehouses, and trucks for who knows how long before they get to the store, and then they get to your fridge, and then they sit for another week or two in your refrigerator, and you're just like,
Yeah, organic, much healthier. And I think even just the fact of getting outside and working with nature and whatever, I think it's much better for your mental health as well, right? There's so many benefits to gardening.
Oh God,
light
so many
exercise.
benefits.
Yeah.
Well, depending on the size of the garden, it may or may not be light exercise.
True, right. True. Yeah, your garden is huge.
Yeah, we have a really big patch, and last year I got a fair amount of exercise from my lower back, my abs, my glutes as I was doing a lot of squatting, and my triceps and biceps as I was like jerking weeds out of the ground. But yeah, no, I'm excited. We should totally do that.
It's pretty awesome. Okay. That's fabulous.
We're gonna put that in the books.
So I guess Mo, my question for you then is now that you're officially on the Mongol Rally train, do you have any expectations or wishes for the Mongol Rally? Is there anything that you're most looking forward to, or things you want to do, or in general, how do you think it's going to go?
Oh man, I think it's going to be a wild, crazy, fun trip that I'm just so damn excited for. Oh, sorry, I shouldn't curse. That I'm super duper excited for. I cannot explain my level of excitement about going on this trip and seeing just so many different cultures, so many walks of life, and just experiencing as much as possible. And going with you guys, I know there's going to be a lot of side adventures where you're just like, oh, hey, that looks interesting. Let's go over there. And it's going to be like, is that the best idea, guys? So that's going to be fun. Try to rein you guys in and be like, we're kind of on a timeline, so we gotta keep going. We can't do every side adventure. But I look forward to all of them.
You'll be like, guys, we will be kicked out of the country if we don't get to the border by this date. And we'll be like, yeah, it's fine. You'll be like, no. You're going to be the reason that we're not arrested. Guaranteed.
I will attempt to be that reason not to be arrested. I also may potentially end up being that reason to get arrested because I'm not always known for keeping a cool head. Like that one Halloween where the one guy like covered my face with my scarf. Like I wanted to punch him in the face so hard.
Oh.
I was like, okay, resist the urge, but also
I remember that. That was a whole thing. Is there like a country that you're most excited to visit?
I think I'm most excited to visit all of the Eastern European countries. Like there's not one in specific that I really want to go to. I'm just excited for them all because A, I love castles. B, I love beautiful vistas and mountain ranges. And they, from what little research I've done, they all look like they have exactly that. And I'm just like, I can't wait.
Yeah, so, true. Yeah, a lot of that like old architecture.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be really cool.
The only thing I'm nervous about or worried about is the Iran and the Stan portion of the trip. That's the only part that I'm like semi nervous about, but I feel like as long as we stay in a big convoy with a few other people and we're not off alone, we should be all right, but
well, I think the majority of the stands are totally fine.
Right. No. I feel like it's going to be fine and like I'm overthinking it, but I have 2 military family members and they're just like, don't go there, you'll die. And I'm like, it'll be fine.
We will not.
Probably.
No, it will honestly be fine.
I think a lot of that stuff is, well, my mom, like, for example, like, like, I guess my grandfather, like, ran away from the Russians back in, like, World War II or whatever. So my mom is just like, we're deserters. The KGB is going to get us.
Nah. They got more important people to kidnap.
Exactly. She, like, freaked out. But I think it's just, like, it's all kind of, like, mental and cultural and whatever.
Right.
Honestly, like, once we get there, they're going to be like, whoa, come into our homes. Like, they're, like, I mean, even our buddy Nathan was telling us, like, during his interview back in, like, episode 4, was it? But he was saying that Iran was one of his most favorite places to visit, and everyone was super kind to him, very hospitable. So I'm sure that, we'll have the same
I saw some of the stuff for the Caspian Sea, and I'm just like, that looks amazing. Can't wait.
Yes, but I think we are hopefully not going to cross it. The ferry?
No, we were doing the ferry.
Are we doing the ferry? If we're doing the ferry, we're not going to Iran.
Well, I guess we have a year to figure that out.
Yeah.
I just meant like as we travel through Iran, we could probably see the Caspian Sea for like a half second.
Oh, sure.
Because doesn't it touch Iran at one point?
Yeah, it touches. Yeah. It touches like the northern part, so it depends, I guess, where we cross into. Some people have asked me because I've talked about that before with like students and just like friends that I meet and whatever, and they've all asked me, "Oh, you have a route planned out?" And I was like,
kinda.
Vaguely. I think we have like there's certain cities in countries that we want to go to, but other than that, it's not completely planned out. And I think with 2022 too, 2022 too, it's a lot of twos. It's going to be a lot of sort of like fly by the seat of our pants.
Yeah.
Because even though hopefully by then everybody will get vaccinated and everything hopefully should be open, crossing my fingers, there may or may not still be restrictions.
Right.
So we'll have to see how that goes.
Just a matter of keeping an eye on the various consulates and countries' statuses and keeping an eye on our own countries for travel bans and things like that. Be like, don't go here, or
exactly,
it's fine, kinda.
But
travel at your own risk.
Yeah, Exactly. It's like there's a lot of things that I'm willing to risk, though. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
For the sake of adventure.
Exactly. I'm willing to do a fair amount of crazy things, and you guys are definitely my kind of boosters to get me out of my comfort zone. But I'm also going to be the voice of reason. It's like, that seems a little extra crazy. Let's not. Also, I was hoping before the rally, maybe this summer, possibly taking a road trip to visit Sam and maybe teaching her how to drive a stick shift.
Oh my God, I can actually be prepared.
Because my vehicle is currently a manual transmission, therefore I can teach you how to drive a stick.
Oh,
well,
nice.
I should be vaccinated by that point, so
yeah. Well, I have the option.
We'll be good to go.
Getting vaccinated now. I'm just very lazy about going.
Yeah, you guys are like, I was looking at the numbers with one of my coworkers yesterday, and you guys are killing it. America is so fast.
Yeah, that's because we now have a monopoly on all the vaccines.
Yeah, true. But I mean, it's pretty sick. I mean, you guys are way ahead of us. Even Canada's ahead of us. In Korea, I think we only have 2% of the population vaccinated or something.
Nice.
It's abysmal.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you guys have also been pretty good about keeping your infection rate down as well, though.
Yeah, so it's not dire for us to get the vaccines, but at the same time, I think people are really impatient, especially when they see other countries doing so well with vaccinations. So,
well, America has to do really well because everybody's super impatient about, wearing a mask or staying home and not going out to socialize with lots and lots of people all at the same time and do zero social distancing. So,
well, I went for a bike ride yesterday, and I went by the Han River parks, how people like to go picnicking there and stuff. And there were hundreds and hundreds of people there. It was packed. It was a beautiful day. It was 20 degrees.
I was going to say, isn't it cherry blossom season?
Oh, it's past cherry blossom season now. Yeah. But it's been nice and warm today. It's supposed to go up to 23. I'm hopefully going to go out to Bukhansan maybe for a hike.
Bukhansan, my favorite mountain.
Yeah, it's a nice one. But yeah, and a lot of people were sitting together because we have what is it? We're supposed to stay in groups of 4 or smaller, but there's lots of people there with way more than 4 people and sitting around with their masks off and stuff. I think even in South Korea where people have been pretty good at wearing masks, they're starting to kind of abandon that.
Hey man, there's only so many days in a row you can be forced to wear a mask before you're just I'm over it.
Yeah, that's true. But anyway, hopefully the end is in sight and we can all carry on with our lives and kind of Sam said, just escape this drudgery and get back to sort of a normal a normal sort of existence.
Well, and that's kind of why I was thinking of doing the road trip to visit Sam, because at least she's in the U.S., so I can easily drive a car across country to visit her, and then we could go camping up and down California and
I was just going to suggest this. Oh my God, it's like you read my mind. I had it on the tip of my tongue. I was going to be like, and Mo, we can go camping. And then you just said it. Oh, I feel so seen right now.
Wavelength.
Oh man, I haven't been camping in years. I would love to do it. Well, okay, that's not true. I went camping with you guys in South Korea, so that counts. But I haven't been traditionally camping in a while.
No, there are some really beautiful campgrounds near where I live, so we'll go camping. Yeah, it'll be good. Well, on that note, I think that's pretty much it for today. So thank you everyone for joining us and sticking with us so far.
Yeah, always a pleasure.
Doing this episode was so fun, and I'm looking forward to the next one.
And if you liked what you heard, you can support our team in this work by leaving a comment, liking, and subscribing on whatever platform you're listening on.
I know it sounds lame, but it really helps us out.
You can also check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Get Ovary It.
Okay. Goodbye.
Bye.
See ya.
Wouldn't want to be ya. Sorry. I can't help myself.
We don't mean that. We would very much want to be you.
Sorry.
We love you.
That's like a flashback to elementary school. My bad. But seriously, goodbye. We love you guys for supporting us. Bye.
That's it for today, folks.
Thanks so much for tuning in.
And as always, please support this work by subscribing and donating to our cause at www.teamgetoveryit.com.
Donors get access to specific content like stickers, t-shirts, and postcards from our journey.
You can donate for as little as $5 and the benefits build from there.
Go to our website for more information.
Or find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Team Get Ovary It.
Thanks for listening.
And catch us next time on Get Ovary It.
Okay, shall we? Okay, 3, 2, 1.
So, so for the first part, Mo, it's going to be silence. And then there's going to be a big reveal.
Actually was like one of the original members, and then I was like, oh, how much does it cost? Oh yeah, no, I can't do that, sorry.
Yeah, but now, bruh. Yeah, I was thinking about, because like, I was thinking about all the money I'm going to have, and it will be money.
Whoa! Whoa! Cheer! Holler!
Oh no, my audio cut out? No, okay, sorry.
It's good for your butt.
From now until July 22.
They're really thick around, but they're only an inch long because they didn't get very deep.
Chode carrots.
Oh my god, I can actually be prepared.